Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of the UMass Online Dynasty, where today we're going to go on the road against Bowling Green. They're currently 4-1 on the season and they're a better team than we are on paper as well. So naturally, Kirk Herbstreit is going to rock with them. Now UMass has played some tough teams in non-conference play. Everybody except FCS East, of course, was a Power 5 team, so there's a saying that iron sharpens iron, so hopefully this gets us ready to go for this game. Alright, so here we are in Bowling Green, which actually been there personally a couple of times for college visits, and it's a pretty nice campus if I say so myself, but we're going to go into this coin toss real quick. We're going to go with heads, and it's not heads, so we're actually going to get the ball to start this game. Alright, so very first play of the game, we already have the squiggly line surprisingly, and Jeff Reed is going to start us off with a 5-yard carry up the middle, makes it a very reasonable 2nd and 5. Very next play, it's going to be a read option this time. The defensive lineman is going to stay put, and that's going to be an even bigger game for Jeff Reed. Decent start for UMass right now, and it's going to set up this play action pass. Throw is up the middle, and he can't get enough on it as it is picked off by the free safety, and he's going to take it back all the way across the 50 into UMass territory. So now UMass defense needs to step up here to try to avoid giving up a touchdown and giving Bowling Green that early advantage. However, Bowling Green's going to have a first down to start off their drive, and then they're going to even have a bigger pass play that's going to get them into the red zone. So definitely a rough start for our team. Our team really needs to step up here, and he looks like it's going to be green pastures. He runs out of bounds, thankfully, and it's going to be 1st and goal. However, can we hold him to more than just a 1st and goal? We're not totally sure. But for some reason, they're at 3rd and inches. There's not enough time to throw, and we're actually going to hold them to a field goal. Definitely like to see that. Trying to recover from the interception to start the game. Only allowing 3 points is definitely nice considering the field position that Bowling Green had. Now it's UMass's turn to try to get some points on the board and maybe take the lead early on in this football game as Derek Carrington makes the catch for 11 yards. So 1st and 10 coming up for the UMass Minutemen. It's going to be another read option. This time Walter McCall is going to take the carry for 10 yards, and it's going to be another instant first down. So already a quarter has passed, and it's been pretty quiet aside from the turnover on the very first drive. Bowling Green is going to be up 3-0 going into the second quarter. Very first play of the second quarter, it's going to be a run for Jeff Reed up the gut, and he's going to be able to power his way for a 7-yard gain on the play, making it 2nd and 3. Very next play, though, for the UMass Minutemen, Marcus McCoy is going to go into the motion and tries to get it off to his underneath guy, but can't hang on to it. Sets up this 4th and 3, actually. UMass is going to go for it early on, and Jeff Reed has some space. He might be able to go all the way, but he's tripped up by the ankles. However, an 18-yard gain is going to be definitely more than enough for a first down, and it sets up a halfback screen for Jeff Reed that is going to enable him to get into the end zone, and the UMass Minutemen are going to take the lead. UMass is going to be up 7-3, and it's probably one of our first leads in a very, very long time, which we definitely appreciate. Nice little morale booster for our football team, if I say so myself. However, Bowling Green is going to try to take the lead right back as James Whitworth runs right up the middle for a gain of 13 yards before being brought down in the backfield. And then you have plays like this where the quarterback is able to throw across his body and gain 8 yards off of it still. 2nd and 2, though, for Bowling Green as James Whitworth's going to get the carry once again. He stopped for only a couple of yards on a 3rd and 2, and we thought we stopped him before the first down marker, but it simply was not the case. And it looks like Bowling Green might be able to score once again. However, the UMass defense is starting to stiffen up. Can UMass get a stop here? And, with plays like that, maybe we will, as Andre Webb is forced to come up as the pass was underthrown. Sets up a 3rd and 12 for Bowling Green. and it's going to be dropped once again. Bowling Green's going to have to settle for another field goal. So 7-6, UMass is still up in this game, and they're going to also keep driving, as it looks like Darren Carrington is going to be able to run through the middle, cutting across from the left-hand side, gain 13 yards. UMass is in their no huddle as they have 1:20 left in this quarter. However, Walter McCall was sacked in the backfield. But now UMass is facing a 3rd and 19 with the threat that the drive's going to stall out, and he doesn't have enough time to throw it once again as he barely gets it off. Bowling Green is going to have about a minute left before the end of this first half, and it's nearly picked off, but John Chavez is able to come down with it for a gain of 20. Bowling Green, however, wants to score here, and it looks like they are in progress of doing just as. Ray Davis gains 8 yards on a 2nd and 2 and also gets out of bounds. So nice, smart play for the UMass defense, for Bowling Green. However, UMass is going to pick this ball off, and once again, UMass is going to go into halftime. They are leading for 2 consecutive quarters. They are up 7-6. Alright, so very first play of the 3rd quarter, and it's going to be a pass to, looks like, Chavez once again. Johnny Cohen. He gets his first catch of the day for 19. Sets up a 2nd and 6 for Bowling Green with James Whitworth. 877 cash now, because he is cash money for Bowling Green. Gets another 7 yards, and then gets another first down with another 7-yard gain. So, he's having really good success running the ball. I'm just really surprised that they haven't gone to him more often, even though Justin Swan nearly had the pick. Nearly missed that, but we'll definitely take an incompletion in this game. However, 3rd and 9 for Bowling Green. Melvin Nugent is able to get his hands on the ball, and it looks like Bowling Green is going to have to settle for their field goal. They may have the lead, but we're still keeping it close, which means UMass might be able to keep it close and win this game. We'll just have to wait and see, however. UMass is definitely looking pretty good on this drive, though, as Walter McCall takes the read option, is going to keep it and gain the first down all by himself. The running game is starting to come alive just a little bit. Not really known for our running, but we're able to get some good yardage as we are up to almost 80 yards rushing for our entire football team. Very next play, going to go with the read option once again. Walter McCall is going to call his own number. This time it's going to be a gain of 6 yards, as Walter, he may be known for the arm, and we are a pass heavier team after all, but we can also get it done with the running game as well if need be, as Anthony Thomas gains 19 yards. Very next play for the Minutemen, they're going to do another read option. It's like a broken record, but Bowling Green just simply hasn't figured it out, as Walter McCall gains 10 more yards, sets up a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line, where McCall's going to drop back the pass. He's going to throw it up the middle, and Marcus McCoy is going to come down with it, and we have reestablished the lead. Going to be up 13-9 pending this extra point. So UMass actually went for 2 for whatever reason, and it doesn't go well for them. So it's going to be 13-9. Hopefully that doesn't affect us too much going forward into this game. We'll just have to wait and see, however, as it's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter already, and UMass is up 13-9. A very defensive matchup, but we will just have to wait and see what the 4th quarter holds for these 2 MAC teams. So we are back from the brief break, and it's going to be a very close game that we are coming back to, as each team is only separated by 1 possession. However, Bowling Green's going to try to get the first down, and they're just able to do that. James Whitworth was initially stopped in the backfield, it looked like. However, was able to break the tackle, get the first down, which is difficult to see if you're a UMass football fan. But you got to understand that this is a young team, not a lot of experience, especially at the FBS level, and it leads to plays like that where James Miller is going to weigh in the end zone, and Bowling Green's going to take their lead right back with 3.5 minutes left in the game. Ensuing kickoff for Bowling Green, and Justin Swan is going to come back and get it here. Justin Swan's going to have a couple of nice blocks. He's able to get a lane, and he only has one more man to beat. It's the kicker, but he jukes too early. And looks like Justin Swan is down on the ground. Going to have to wait and see if he's going to be all right, pending an injury report. However, very next play, it's picked off, which might effectively dash the hopes of this UMass football team. After all, Bowling Green just has to hold on to his ball for the next couple of minutes, and they're going to come away with their 5th win on the season. Definitely hurts, man. But going back to my previous point, though, it's a young team, and they definitely don't have any experience on the FBS level, and it's certainly showing because we're just struggling at this point in the season. But we're certainly not done yet, but it looks like that might be the nail on the coffin as James Whitworth gains 20 free yards. However, for some reason, instead of running the ball, they're going to throw it, and it's actually dropped, so we're able to stop the clock, and we have 1 timeout to work with, as we're only down by 1 possession still. Ensuing drive, UMass quarterback Walter McCall is going to drop back the pass. He doesn't have enough time to get the ball off, and he barely gets it off before being tackled at the very last second. And then, of course, Tyrone Robertson's going to only gain 7 yards, stays inbounds, which means the clock is going to keep running. 3rd and 3, though, for UMass. Walter McCall is actually going to scramble. He's going to throw it last second to Tyrone Robertson, and he's wide open for a gain of 25 yards. Beautiful connection between McCall and Robertson to keep the drive going. And now UMass has a little bit of momentum going. However, Marcus McCoy might have ended some of that with the drop pass. 2nd and 10, though, for UMass. It's definitely make it or break it, as it looks like David Guerrero is going to gain 15. 30 seconds are left on the clock, and UMass still needs a touchdown, which means we have 35 more seconds until this game is over. We have to get these next 30 or so yards. 2nd and 2, though, for UMass. Walter McCall is going to drop back again. 3rd consecutive pass play. Same exact concept, and this time Bowling Green was ready as it's nearly picked off to end the game. However, with 12 seconds left, UMass is still going to get a couple more chances. So we're going to get it to Ryan Harvey, who's going to able to scamper out of bounds before gaining 10 yards. And it saves some time. We're still able to get a couple plays off. And it sets up his beautiful touchdown to Ryan Harvey. Harvey have just got the game. With only 4 seconds left, we are going to win this game. UMass is going to walk out of here not only with our very first win in the MAC conference, but we're also going to walk away with our 2nd win. Was not expected to win this game, but hey, we will definitely take the win nevertheless otherwise. Looking at the stats for today's game, Walter McCall led us out on the field today, having 15 for 27 for 156 yards, 3 touchdowns and a couple of interceptions, but he did have that game-winning touchdown. The running game, outside of Jeff Reed, really wasn't going that much. He had 11 carries for 66 yards, but nobody else really stepped up for our running game, so it was mainly Jeff Reed, who also led us in receiving catches. He had 4 catches for 25 yards, almost all of those coming off of screen plays. He did have 1 receiving touchdown, and then Ryan Harvey as well as Marcus McCoy also each had a receiving touchdown to their name. Finally, for our defense, we are led by John Sanders, who had 6 total tackles, as well as Larry Tuns did. Didn't even see him. Actually, Larry Tuns had an even better defensive game. He had 2 tackles for a loss. Also had that 1 sack, even though our pressure really wasn't going too terribly much. I think we only had 2 total sacks on the day. Just looking to see anybody else. We did have an interception from Cliff Harris as well. And then finally, we are going to go back home against Miami University, who's 1-3. So we have another winnable game coming up. But that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment for your boy as I try to respond to everybody, as well as subscribe to the channel as well. Until then, I'll see you guys next Friday, and I hope you have a good one. Take care.